A quadratic sequence starts -2, -1, 4, 13. Work out an expression for the nth term. So, if we had the values of n here, first term, second term, third term, fourth term, we're told it's a quadratic sequence, and therefore Tn would be an squared plus bn plus c. We need to work out the a, the b, and the c. Now the a we can get from differences. If we do the difference here, -1 take away -2 ends up being 1. 4 take away -1 ends up being 5. 13 take away 4 is 9. And then the second differences are going to be 4. For a quadratic sequence, we need half of that value. So we have that a is equal to 2. So we now have Tn is 2n squared plus bn plus c. Now we can use terms of the sequence. So when n is 1, Tn is -2. Substitute that in. We get -2 is equal to 2 times 1 squared, which is just 2. And then since n is 1, this one is just b, and then we have c. And that would give me that b plus c is equal to -4. If we then look at this pair, when n is 2, Tn is -1. So -1 is, if n is 2, 2 squared is 4 times 2 is 8. And then we would have 2b and c. And that tells me that 2b plus c is -9. Let's call these equations 1 and 2. If we do 2 take away 1, then we get 2b take away b is b, c take away c disappears, -9 take away -4 is -5. And then if that's -5, we've got -5 plus c is equal to -4. And that would tell me that c was equal to 1. So we have that Tn is 2n squared minus 5n plus 1. Now we could just quickly check that that works with one of the other terms. So let's use this one. So when n is 3, that would be 3 squared is 9 times 2 is 18. Take away 15, add 1, and that would be equal to 4, which is correct. So it appears that this is the correct answer. A different quadratic sequence has an nth term which is n squared plus 10n. Use an algebraic method to work out how many terms in the sequence are less than 2000. Do not use trial and improvement, and you must show your working. Well, let's have the n squared plus 10n, and let's put it equal to 2000. So that gives us n squared plus 10n minus 2000 is equal to 0. Now we might be able to factorize this. We're looking for numbers that multiply to -2000 and add to 10. Numbers that would do this are 50 and -40. So n plus 50, n minus 40 is equal to 0. That would give me n is -50, or n is equal to 40. And of course, we can't have a negative number of terms. So n is 40. So T40 is actually equal to 2000. And that means 39 terms are less than 2000.